Attorney General for New York State, AG Schneiderman, resigned only hours after it came out in a report that 4 women had come forward making accusations of violence and abuse. So the Manhattan District Attorney, Cyrus Vance, opened up an investigation, and on Wednesday, Governor Andrew Cuomo weighed in and said, "Oh, not so fast. What we're going to do is appoint a special prosecutor." So the war of words has begun. I want to bring in an expert. He is the senior reporter for Politico in New York, Ozzy Pabera. Ozzy, welcome to Chasing News. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
What's your take on the governor's move? Cyrus Vance very upset about being taken off of this.
It's another bizarre twist in a day nobody could have predicted. Cy Vance has his own troubles in this current climate. He is on the defensive and trying to explain why he did not investigate Harvey Weinstein when there was a recording made by the NYPD and a woman who said that Harvey Weinstein had assaulted her. Now that Cy Vance is on the defensive about that and trying to move past that scandal, he's trying to argue that he is in a good position to investigate AG Schneiderman. So the governor moved very quickly to say this should be in the hands of an independent investigator.
Do you think this helps the governor in terms of showing leadership, making a decision that voters may respond to as he heads into his own primary?
Cuomo is leading, but having a very spirited primary against Cynthia Nixon. Now, she's attacking Cuomo from the left. He very quickly, before Cynthia Nixon made the call, asked for AG Schneiderman to resign. And now having Cy Vance sort of prolong this debate, it's making Cuomo, who was on the defensive because of Cynthia Nixon, look like he's more on the offensive and taking the lead. 2013,
President Trump tweets out, "This guy is bad news." He actually said he's worse than Spitzer and Weiner. Does that tell you that there may be a lot of folks in New York, in Albany, that knew something was up with this guy?
Trump has tweeted out a lot of things. Very famously, the birther conspiracy theory that is completely not true. He championed that. So the fact that he happened to say something about a person who later, it turns out, does have a problem, I don't see a whole lot of credence in it. Reporters that knew AG Schneiderman, lawmakers that knew AG Schneiderman, nobody really probed very deeply. There are grumblings that there were some small signs of it, but definitely Trump was nowhere near that kind of inner circle to have known this.
It's pretty telling that that Trump would tweet that out 5 years ago, talking about this. It doesn't indicate at any level that somebody may have known something?
A lot of people were surprised and shocked about this kind of accusation about Schneiderman. Now, the New York Post is reporting that more women are coming forward, and it is very unusual to have this type of criminal behavior develop so late in someone's life. The accusations, as reported in the New Yorker, I believe started around 2013. By that point, Schneiderman graduated college, an Ivy League school, was already deep into New York politics. So the reporting that's coming out today says there may be more of a history there than initially reported.
Let's bring in the 8+ panel. I'm joined by Republican attorney and the founder of the Save Jersey blog, Matt Rooney, back with us. Good to see you, Matt. Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman, also back with us. Always good to see you. And Democratic member of council in Linden, Peter Brown. Peter, start with you. Okay. This guy's in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely right. I think it was the best thing was for the governor to rid himself of this person. He has to take a hard and aggressive stance on this, and not just with him, but anyone in his administration if this comes up.
The birther comment from Ozzy, kind of funny to me. I mean, this seems to me that, are people just going to ignore the fact that this was called out 5 years ago?
Well, like Harvey Weinstein, there were rumors, there were whispers, people knew, and President Trump tweeted about it 5 years ago. You can say whether it was credible or not, but more times than not in these situations, people knew, people whispered about it, and with the Me Too movement, more and more people are coming forward.
Matt, last point?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of reporter just dismisses a very prominent New Yorker who may have known something? That says a lot more about...
Who's also president.
Who's also happened to be president of the United States.
I was actually surprised at his reaction. Somebody knew something.
I'm disappointed.
We'll see. And that's why we have investigations. Okay, thanks, guys. Going to leave it there.